Hello guys, today I want to show a game between Wesley So and Teimour Rajabov of their semifinals of Pera Rapid. This is the first game of their first set, and Wesley So playing white. He plays e4, so Wesley So is more... He plays everything, d4 and e4. I think his style is more solid, so he tends to play d4, but it depends on the opponent, I guess. And Teimour plays c5. Teimour also has very wide range of openings, so as long as everyone plays c5 now, he also looks for this continuation. Knight c6, bishop b5. Well, this is like very popular now, Rossolimo, e6. I think this move, now g6 is more popular, but like 10 years ago, e6 was more popular, and this system has been played by Gelfand in his match against Anand. So yeah, the idea is to recapture with the knight and keep this flexible structure in the center. And I had this position with black as well. So rook e1, a6, forcing the exchange, and now this knight comes to c6 and all the pawn structure remained untouched. d4 takes, and d6. I'd consider something like bishop c5. d6 looks a little bit passive, but it's a rapid game, so I mean sometimes it's not that bad. c4, and as long as black decided to play passively, so white takes the center. Normally, when I play this position with white, and I had played it a lot of times, the problem is that you building and you never in time to finalize. But these strong players, they finalize their building, and the position becomes really strong. Yeah, and when you playing against like Sicilian defense, they always break through with b5 and start this counter play, which is extremely unpleasant. Bishop e7, knight c3, castles. Yeah, and here Wesley So decided to take this knight. I like this move, because when you're playing against two bishops, you want to exchange the knight. This is the first thing. And the second is that you avoid b5. So the only thing you can care is d5, but this structure is almost ideal. Yeah, he has enough time to bring more forces, and white is not in time to play d5 immediately. So nice move, I think. Bishop f4. Bishop f4 is the move which Engine likes a lot. He likes the bishop particularly on f4, not on e3. That is why I think Wesley played it. e5. The Engine shows that the position is equal, but I don't know. I think white has some advantage here. So bishop g3, mainly because black is a little bit passive. They can't attack on the b file, they cannot break on d file. They have two bishops, but as they say, Angel likes two bishops a lot. So maybe position of white is a little bit better. So bishop e6, b3, and f6. So now play f6. Of course, if you want to play d5, and this is black's main idea, your pawn will be undefended, and he decides to defend it this radical way, which I can blame him. The position is about equal. Rook e3, queen b6. This is a good square for the queen, because queen somehow controls this makes tension against the king, and also f4 is not possible. So he finishes development. Queen e2. This is the engine move. Rook to d8. Rook to d1. Again, black removed one piece from that d file, attacking the d file. So white also has time to develop, and now they will return their pieces back. And in this position, what these grandmasters do, they want to, remove the counterplay completely. So this is what he does. Rook d7, h3, g8, rook d3, bishop f8. Essentially, black is waiting. And king h2. So with king h2, white removes this pin from the f pawn, and now he is ready to play f4. Another idea which I could it be doing, I would play knight a4 and somehow play c5 and put the knight on b6. This is in these positions it's typical, but normally I don't think that white knight is good on b6. But it's hard to play, I mean, like Wesley, to have this excellent king position and play f4 and play on the king side. But it's another plan. So queen b7. Again, all pieces lining up to play d5, and all white's pieces are lining up to play d5 against the d file. f4, king h8, waiting again. f5, this is the engine move. I'm not sure I'd played it, but turns out to be what the computer thinks it's good. So let's play it. Bishop f7 and queen f3. White is not in a hurry. Again, it's extremely difficult to get this position when black didn't do a lot of mistakes, didn't do anything bad, and they absolutely out of counterplay. They can't play d5, and this is their only idea. And white can patiently make moves back and forth and wait for what black is doing. So h6. The engine here previously, when I analyzed, proposed d5, but the position which turns out I'll show you after all exchanges. So this is, I don't know, it's totally losing for black, I think, because this pawn is very powerful, this pawn is not going anywhere, and I don't know, this pawn is strong, and can't blame Rajabov not to go for it. So queen f3, h6, bishop f2, queen b4, bishop a1. Just make a, like having a luxury to play random moves. King h1, b7, and g4. So now Wesley analyzed that, I mean, all this plays on the queen side is not giving him too much, and this structure is vulnerable, of course, for this h4, g5, and then the black king could be in trouble. The problem is that black cannot do anything about it. So he played a5, h4, bishop e7. This looks like reversed King's Indian defense at some point when black is playing f4 and attacking the king. Bishop f2, king g8, again maneuvering stage. If a4, everyone would take here with the knight. Let's say, let's take it, and then in this case the d5 breakthrough like basically equalizes. But Wesley didn't go for it, he played g5, which is the strongest. Takes, 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 and queen g4. Well, now this pawn is attacked with two pieces, and white is going to use its space advantage for maneuvering pieces to the king side. So bishop f6 takes, king f8, removing the king from the pin. Rook h3. Here the position is almost winning for white. It shows like 1.5 for white, but when you're playing and your king is attacked, so it feels much more difficult to defend. And again, black doesn't have any counterplay so far. King e7, rook h7. So now white threatens this g7 pawn because this bishop is pinned. Queen takes b3, attacking the knight. Takes, and he took the bishop. This is what I'd play, I think. It's very pleasant to have this sacrifice, to have a perpetual check, and also all these maneuvers with rook to g1. Very hard to stop. Actually, this knight is doing an excellent job by not giving the queen a tempo on the king, because if other piece, I mean the bishop here, then queen b1, but this knight controls all these squares, yeah, and black is not in time to move queen closer. It can take back this pawn, but it's not attacking the king actually. So he took the pawn, check, 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 check. So I was sure that Wesley doesn't see a direct win here, but I mean, you always want to make your opponent make moves in this kind of positions, because you don't know what is going to happen. So he played back, and the engine was saying that the only move that saves him was queen to g8. So because this check here, and he protects with the rook, and if takes here, and let's say f6, then queen b7 protects from mate, and black is winning. So he didn't see it. He played king to f8 and rook to g1, threatening mating couple of moves. Rook f8, rook f7, I'm sorry, f6. Different move wins here. Took the rook. Queen h7, threatening mate in 1. Rook f7, and yeah, I think in this position black resigned, because what happens then is, let's say defending, check, check, and here. I mean, I'd never resign in this position, because like this king is open, this rook is here, it can give check, and this queen actually, like, you give check and then you connect with the queen. But these guys are so good that they saw that after this black doesn't have anything else than to give check with the, like, queen b2, yeah, just giving up another piece, and it's never will be a check, because perpetual they will just cover with the knight. Alright, nice win by Wesley, and let's see the next match. Thank you.